Okay guys, I just finished my survival concepts video, and now I'm going to do the 10-piece kit video. This kit is going to vary person to person and place to place. You know, for example, I'm in the central United States woodlands, and my kit will vary for somebody that's living down in Arizona or up in Canada somewhere. It's going to vary place to place and person to person. Your climate is going to have a lot to do with it, and your personality is going to have a lot to do with it. Your experience is going to have a lot to do with it. So what I carry may not be right for you. Don't take this video as a instructional on this is what you need to carry, because that's not true at all. This is what I would carry. My most basic items. I don't like to carry only this type of kit. That's not what this kit is meant for. This is meant to be a basis for building on top of. You know, you got to understand the basics. You know, you need water, you need food, you need shelter, things like that. But you don't just throw a bunch of gear in a kit. You got to understand that these are the items that you're going to use. You're going to need the most. And then from here, you would build on top of this. You wouldn't just take a 10-piece kit and go out to the woods and expect to survive comfortably, or survive at all. You got to know how to use your kit. You got to know that you can use your kit comfortably and understand your kit, and your kit's going to work for you and your circumstances and your environment. So starting with that, my first piece of kit is this roughly 3 foot by 3 foot bandana. Any bandana will work, but I love a bandana because there's so many uses for it. With my kit, I like to have more than one use for it. Bandanas can be used to filter out heavy gunk from your water. They can be used on a hot day to get wet, wrap around your neck and help keep your body temperature down. On a cold day, you can wrap them up when they're dry around your neck and help heat from escaping your coat, not your neck area. You can use it as a headband. Wrap it around your head. You can use it to cover your face to protect like airborne debris from going in your lungs. You know, in a sandstorm or whatever, or wrap it around your face, keep that stuff out. If you're in the fire area, you can get it wet, wrap it around your face, that type of thing. There's many uses, bandages and all kinds of stuff from it. This particular one is imprinted with the stars on it. And it basically, you follow the month, and then you'll go up and you can kind of give an idea of what stars are in your area at that time. And then with that, you can help follow, for example, we are in September right now, which is up there. From that, I can follow September in to the North Star, and that can help guide me and give me directions. So it's a very useful piece of kit. I've got a lot of these and different things. I've got knots and all kinds of stuff on them. First main piece of kit I would choose is a knife. I can do a lot of things with a knife. I can make a lot of things with a knife. My first priority would be tools, because with tools I can make more implements that'll help me survive. Good quality knife. And this one happens to be a Jat Woodlore clone. I really like this knife. I'm comfortable with this knife. The handle fits me real well. I've got fairly large hands, and this handle is big enough around that it's very comfortable for me to use for long periods. It's got no hot spots for me. It doesn't cause any blisters like my Rat 4 did. I put a Rat 4 in my truck bag, and it gave me quite a bit of blisters in this area here for when I used it for about half an hour straight. I got my fire covered with my sheath. I got a fire steel on here. That'll help get my fire going. I always put a retention lanyard on this. This is stretch cord, shock cord like off a tent pole. And I put it over it, and then I snap it behind the fire steel. And what this does is, if I don't have this on here, this fire steel is quite loose for the sheath, but it falls right out. So with this cord on here, I just take it and stretch it down over, and that's not coming out. So I've always got my fire steel securely attached to my knife sheath, and my knife sheath is securely attached to my belt. So I've always got my knife and a good fire starter. Next would be my saw. Doesn't matter what kind of saw. Some people may prefer a hatchet or an axe. They both work good, but in my opinion, a saw, you can use less calories, less energy, and get the same amount of work done, if not more work. You want to pick a good saw that cuts well for you and that you like. I could build shelters with this. I can cut firewood. I can notch things. I can notch traps, things like that. So I like a good saw. Next, as far as shelter, I put a 5 foot by 8 foot sill tarp in here. I like this because I don't have to go out and cut all the beams and gather all the foliage, things like that, to build the shelter and expend all that energy. I just have to run a ridge line and stake down the 4 corners, and I'm good to go. I've got me a shelter. It may not be the warmest shelter, but it'll keep the wind and the rain off me, or the snow, or whatever the conditions may be. So I threw a sill tarp in here. It's quick, less energy. Whatever you can do to save energy when you're in an emergency situation, the better. So that's why I threw that in there. Also a shelter, I put some cordage in here, whether I have to build a shelter or use my pre-made one. This will work good. 550 cord, it's got all the inner strands. You can use it for fishing, sewing, all that kind of stuff. And it's good and strong. So you need a lot of it. That's not near enough. Next would be water. This is what I got to represent water in my kit right now. I didn't really have a bottle handy. One of my bottles is in my truck, in my truck bag, and I'm not going to tear that down to make this video. So, and my other bottle's getting cleaned right now. So, water. You need some kind of filter, or water purification tablets, or a method of boiling. Boiling will kill everything, pretty much. I can put my bandana over this and gather, or my bottle and gather, and that'll take the majority of the junk out, and then I can put it in here and boil it, and that will sterilize my water. I've got a large pot here, not real large, but it's titanium. It'll boil fast, transfer heat well. I've got a lid, which is important when you're trying to boil for water purification, because when you boil water, the steam evaporates. You're wasting that steam. So if you put a lid on it, the steam stays in. You don't lose a bunch of water while you're purifying. I've also got a cup I could cook or boil into, so put that in there. It's my water purification method. Next, I've got a flashlight here. This is more of a tool. I think it's very important to have a flashlight. If you need to travel at night, or if you need to get up in the night to go use a toilet or whatever, you need a good flashlight, in my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. You may not agree, but this is my Petzl E-light. I really like this light. It's got a headband in here. I can clip it on the headband. The headband has a whistle on it. I can clip this on my hat and use it as a hat light. It swivels all around, all the way around everything. It's got a bunch of different modes. It's got low. It's got high. It's got strobe. And it's got red strobe. It's got red light. So I can signal with this and do all kinds of stuff, find my way, pretty much anything. And again, it can clip on my hat, clip on my shirt pocket, clip on my belt, clip on the headgear thing for it. And it packs real small in this little case to protect it. It's got a pretty good run time on the battery, so that's one of the pieces of kit I chose. Next would be another tool. I took my Leatherman, one of my Leathermans. It's got a backup blade, so another tool, 2 backup blades. You got a file on here, you got a saw on here, you got pliers, screwdrivers, scissors, and all kinds of tools on here. This will save you a lot of time and effort when you're in the woods, and it doesn't weigh much, so I'm going to throw it in here. Next would be this kit. This is my tube that I got at countycom.com. They're unbreakable, they're waterproof, all that kind of stuff. So I threw a bunch of different hooks in here, different sizes, different kinds, a bunch of different weights. I've got swivels, I've got leaders, I've got bobbers, I've got lures, I've got a couple different types of string. And I like this kit because You can use the different size hooks for different size animals. You can use the larger hooks to help catch birds. Um, you can use, and when you pack a fishing kit like this, don't put lures for like, big fish, trophy fish type thing. Always throw stuff in here for small fish because you're most likely to catch small fish, at least in my area and most of the U.S. Um, you're more likely to catch a crappie or a bluegill or a sunfish or a panfish, something like that, than you are to catch, a northern or something. So, and the whole point of it is to get you in food. It's not to have fun. So, pack for small fish. That is my 10-piece kit. Again, this is not meant to go straight out into the woods with this 10-piece kit and be like Rambo out in the woods. It's not what it's meant for. It's meant to save your butt in an emergency, and this is meant to build on top of, put more items in this. This is just the very basics. What you definitely have to have on top of this, I would add snare wire. I may add some kind of space blanket or some kind of sleeping bag to help keep me warm. More water purification methods. Um, more tools. All kinds of stuff. So. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. I hope you like this. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.